Có.
Đó, con bấm vô cái đó nó
Rồi thôi.
đó. Ok. Ví dụ rồi mình cùng đọc.
Ai? Thầy vẫn chưa gọi ạ?
Ok.
Bắt đầu từ trên dưới nha. Hạn chế là restriction. Ở chữ sờ chút nha. Restriction. Đúng rồi, restriction. Đúng rồi, restriction. Social distancing.
Social distancing.
Đúng rồi, social distancing. Đó, đọc nhanh lên chút. Social distancing. Giỏi. Quarantine. Chữ khoa nha.
Quarantine.
Đó. Lockdown. Đó, ok, good. Ok, bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục với câu chuyện của mình.
Là kiểm tra con không?
Cái lần trước được thầy tóm tắt lần trước là hai đứa nó go to the lift, nhớ không? The lift, cái thang máy là the lift. Đi tới London. Đúng rồi, đi tới London. Đường xá đông đúc xe cộ nè, có xe cộ. Vô một quán cafe, nhớ nha, ở bên nước ngoài là cafe, không phải cafe. Cafe, quán cà phê. Đó, nó liên quan tiếng Việt mình là vậy, cafe. Đấy, giỏi. Rồi, gọi món. Ok, bây giờ bắt đầu nè.
Eve watched BZ. He could feel her eyes on him. What's wrong, BZ? That woman, the waitress. Why is she fat? Why is she ugly? Eve laughed. I don't think she's ugly. She's got a nice, kind face. She's got problems with her teeth, but perhaps she hasn't got the money for... Money? What's that?
BZ không biết money là cái gì. Là đọc ra thầy. That woman, the waitress là từ trước khi vô có từ mới. Waitress là nữ phục vụ, còn waiter là nam. Có waitress là nói nữ. Con ghi vô nha, waitress, nữ phục vụ. Ghi vô waitress, đọc cho lại waitress. Con này con sẽ có một số từ tương tự, nó có cái khúc sau này, cái từ TRESS đó, stress đó, nó cũng sẽ nói về người nữ. Người nữ làm cái nhiệm vụ nào đó, cái vai trò gì đó. Okay. Còn nam á là waiter, WAITER, chứ không phải có từ stress. Waiter là nam. Waiter. Nhớ phân biệt hai cái nha.
Thầy ơi, thầy đợi có một chút ạ. Ok.
Đấy. Con ghi hai từ đó vô chưa?
Sao không thể tập trung vào việc cãi mẹ nhỉ? Không tập trung vào việc
Ok.
Đấy, waiter, waitress đó. Rồi đọc cho thầy cái đoạn này.
Wait. That woman, the waitress, why is she fat? Why is she ugly? If locked, I don't think she ugly. She got a nice, kind face. She got problem with her teeth. But perhaps she has got the money for money. What's that?
Đó, perhaps là có lẽ nha, con nhớ từ đó không? Perhaps. Nếu con chưa biết ghi vô nha, perhaps có lẽ, nhưng có lẽ, cái từ đó cũng hay sử dụng lắm á. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Có lẽ.
Đợi đợi một chút để con ghi. Okay.
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 Oh, BZ, BZ. Money is one of the most important things in this world. In the real world. Here, people get money for their work. They use money when they buy a house. They use money for clothes and food. She showed him. Look, this is money. These are £5 notes.
Money. Đọc đi con.
Okay. Oh, business. Money is one of the most important things in this world. The reward help people get money for their work. They use money when they buy a house. They use money for clothes and food.
Giỏi.
So him. Look, this is money. They are £5 notes.
Note ở đây nó dụ là tờ nha con. Tờ 5 bảng. 5 bảng Anh á, bởi vì đây là London nước Anh mà. Nên dùng đồng tiền của nước Anh. £5 note. Đấy. Nhớ nha, pound là bảng tiền của nước Anh.
BZ looked at the dirty paper in Eve's hand. It didn't look important. When you work, he asked, they give you this money? And then what? It isn't easy. But here's our breakfast. I'll tell you more about money later. The waitress put the food on the table. It smelled strange. Eat it, BZ. It's good. It was good. BZ ate everything on his plate because he was very hungry. He began to feel better. What are you going to show me now? He asked Eve.
The white but
Waitress.
the food on the table. It smells strange.
Scram.
It is business. It good. It's what good business. Ate everything on his plate because he was very hungry. He began to feel better. What are you going to show me now? He asked Eve.
Okay.
Suddenly, there was a noise at the window. BZ looked out. Through the window, he could see a man's face. A strange, ugly face. The eyes were closed and the mouth was open. The man put his finger to his mouth.
Okay, that's weird. Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Tình cờ. Ngay sau đó, ngay đó. Bất thình lình. Cái từ được hay sử dụng là bất thình lình. Ghi vô suddenly, bất thình lình. Suddenly, đúng rồi. Suddenly.
Okay.
BZ looked out. Đọc tiếp không? Sorry. Suddenly, there was
a noise at the window. BZ looked out. Through the window, he could see a man's face. A strange, ugly face. The eye was closed and the mouth was open. The man put his finger to his mouth.
giỏi.
Eve, who is that? Who's that man? It's all right. He's only a beggar. A beggar?
Nhớ buổi trước cái bài đọc buổi trước mình học cái từ beggar là cái gì con nhớ không? Beggar. Bữa trong cái bài nhà vua, cái bài buổi trước mình đọc á.
Người ăn xin ạ.
Giỏi.
Người ăn.
Nè, nếu sau này khó cái từ chia ra nha. Trong cái từ beggar á, cái từ beg là cầu xin. Xong rồi thêm g đó, giống như er vậy á. Beggar. Nó cũng tương tự như er nên nó sẽ là người ăn xin. Đó, nhìn nếu mà làm vậy thì sẽ dễ nhớ hơn. Nhưng mà nếu con để nhớ trước là tốt rồi, không sao. Thầy chỉ cái mẹo thôi.
Beggars have no money, so they can't buy food. They have to ask other people for money. But why doesn't he have a job? Look at his eyes. He can't see. BZ felt ill. Please, Eve, take me away from this place. I don't like it. All right, I'll take you out of London. We'll go into the country. I'll show you places with trees and birds and pretty gardens. The air is clean and the sky is blue. Real sky.
All right.
All right, I will take you out of London. We will go into the country. I will show you place with trees and birds and pretty gardens. The air is clean and the sky is blue. Gray
Blue.
sky.
Eve paid for their breakfast and they went out into the street. The air was grey and dirty. BZ didn't feel well. Don't worry, BZ. We'll go now. She put up her hand and shouted, "Taxi!" A big black car stopped and BZ and Eve got in. "Hadley Wood, please," she said to the driver.
Shout it nha. Shout. Shout.
Out.
Ừ.
South.
Don't worry, BZ.
How worry is it?
Well, we
Don't
will.
worry. Princess, we will go now. She put up her hand and saw taxi. A big black car stopped and Princess and Eve got in. Hadley Wood, please, she said to the
Driver.
driver.
Người lái xe nha. Có một từ shout. Cái nhớ lưu ý cái cách đọc cái từ đó. Shout. Good.
South.
Okay,
Chapter 6. A Taxi Journey.
journey.
People here can be different, and I like that. I like it because it's my home.
The taxi drove slowly through the traffic. BZ looked out of the window at the people in their cars. He thought of his friends in Eden City. They never looked bored or unhappy. But these people... Eve thinks that this world, the real world, is wonderful, he thought. But why? He looked at her and she smiled at him.
They never look broad unhappy, but the people,
Đúng rồi.
everything that this world, the real world is wonderful, he thought. But why? He looked at her and she smiled at him.
Smile. Cười con.
Smile.
Đúng rồi.
Smile.
Đúng rồi. Smile. Rồi cái từ ở trên. Look bored. Boring. Look bored.
Look bored.
Cái từ nếu mà đang nói người á, nhìn thấy buồn thì đó ed. Nếu mà thêm verb in á, boring. Nó có hai kiểu, con nhớ cái từ cách đọc của từ boring thì nó sẽ đọc cái từ bore nó dễ hơn. Boring. Boring như bore. Okay.
I know, but wait. When we get out of the city, you'll see. Slowly, they began to leave the city behind them. There weren't many cars now, and the taxi went faster. From his window, BZ could see flowers and trees. The real world started to look different. Different from the grey streets, the grey air, the grey faces. There were houses, big, beautiful houses with lovely gardens.
Lovely gardens. Okay. From these windows.
From this window, BZ could see flower and trees. Siri was started to look different, different from the grey streets, the grey air, the grey face. There were big, beautiful house with lovely garden.
Yeah, lovely garden. You good?
Who lives in those houses? He asked. Those are rich people's houses. Rich people? Who are they? The taxi driver heard their conversation. He started to laugh. Who is this? Is he from another world? Who are rich people? Huh. Is this a joke? Is he stupid or something? No, said Eve quietly.
Taxi driver.
The taxi driver has their conversation. He starts to laugh. Who is this? Is he from another world? Who are rich people? Is this a joke? Is he stupid or something?
Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Joke. Ôi con joke. Đúng rồi, joke. Joke, joke, joke. Is this a joke? Conversation. Conversation.
Conversation.
Conversation.
He started to laugh. Who is this? Is he from another world? Who are rich people? Huh. Is this a joke? Is he stupid or something? No, said Eve quietly. It's not a joke, and he's not stupid. Okay, tell him about rich people. I told you about money, BZ, she said. Do you remember? Money's very important here. Some people have a lot of money. Those people are the rich people. And some people haven't got much money. Taxi drivers, said the driver. Can people get a lot of money easily? Asked BZ. The taxi driver laughed angrily. Can a cat catch a lot of birds easily? Can people fly through the air easily?
A sarcasm. Okay. Taxi driver. Oh. Con.
What? Taxi drivers, say the drivers. Can people get a lot of money easily? Asked BZ. The taxi driver laughed angrily. Can a car catch a lot of birds easy? Can people fly through the air easy?
Easily.
Easily.
Có ly phía sau mà. Easily. Okay, good. Giỏi, tiếp.
Don't listen to him, BZ. It isn't easy, but people can make a lot of money. They usually have to work very hard, but then they can be rich. That's a dream, said the driver. Only a dream. Again, BZ thought about Eden City. Nobody was different there. They did different jobs, of course, but they had the same clothes, the same food. They lived in happy homes, and the homes were all the same.
That's a dream.
That's a dream, say the drivers. Only a dream. Again, BZ told about Eden City. Nobody was different there. They did different jobs, of course, but they had the same clothes, the same food. They lived in happy homes, and the homes were all same.
We're all the same. Ok, tiếp tục.
Okay.
Eve, he said, why do you think it's better here? Why do you like it? I'm happier here. I love the noise, the people. I love the weather because it changes often. People here can be different, and I like that. I like it because it's my home. What do you mean?
If he says, why do you think it's better here? Why do you like it? I am happier here. I love the noise, the people. I love the weather because it changes often. People here can be different, and I am like that. I like it because it's my home. What do you mean?
Giỏi, ok.
Eden City isn't my home. I wasn't born there. I don't understand. Where were you born? Here, in London. BZ, I've got a family. What? His face was red. He couldn't look at Eve. He was very embarrassed. The word family was a bad word, one of the worst words. He felt ill.
Eden City isn't my home.
Eden City is my home. I was born there. I don't understand. Where was you born? Here. In London, I have got a family. What? His face was red. He couldn't look at Eve. He was very embarrassed. The word family was a bad word. One of the worst words. He felt ill.
Yêu, giỏi, ok. Kỳ lạ ha. Tại sao từ family là từ xấu?
Don't be embarrassed, Eve said. In the real world, everybody has a family. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear. He turned away from her and looked out of the window. They were in the country. Stop here, please, Eve said to the taxi driver. She paid the driver and they got out of the car. They walked down the road. They didn't speak. BZ looked up at the sky. It was bigger, higher, and bluer than the sky in Eden City. There was a little wind. Isn't it beautiful? Eve asked. Don't you like the wind on your face and in your hair?
She paid.
She paid the driver and they got out of the car. They walked down the road. They didn't speak. BZ looked up at the sky.
Sky, okay.
It was bigger, higher, and bluer than the sky in Eden City. There was a little white. Isn't it beautiful? Eve said. Don't you like the white on the face and in your hair?
Wind nhân con. There was a little wind. Gió. Okay.
Wind.
Ngọn gió. Gió từ wind. Wind là gió. Con biết từ đó chưa?
Rồi ạ.
Nhớ nhạc đọc là wind. Wind. Wind.
Wind.
Why? Okay. Wind.
Wind.
It's very interesting. And listen to the birds. These are real birds. They turned down a small road. At the end of the road, there was a big old house. Eve took BZ's hand. Come, she said. That's my house. I want you to meet my family.
It's very interesting. And
Hơi bị mạng của này nó hơi bị thiếu, hôm nay nó hơi không có ổn định. Lạ ta. Right.
BZ. That
the whitest. Why is it fat?
Cũ rồi con.
Why is it
Cái đó mình đọc qua rồi mà. Từ để thầy tả là đó. Cái hôm nay nó bị sao ấy. Câu này nó bị vấn đề. YouTube hay là có khả năng cao là YouTube nó bị vấn đề.
the word
Okay, ổn định rồi nè. Okay.
family was a bad word. One of the words.
Eden City isn't my home. It was born there. I don't understand. Where were you born?
Cái đó mình đọc rồi con. Cái đó mình đọc. Okay, khúc này nè.
It's very interesting. And listen to the birds. These are real birds. They turned down a small road. At the end of the road, there was a big old house. Eve took BZ's hand. Come, she said. That's my house. I want you to meet my family.
Eve and
Chapter 7. Eve's Family. In Eden City, people didn't have brothers and sisters. They were born in the New Life Center.
BZ and Eve stood in the front garden. There were a lot of trees in the garden and a child's bicycle. I don't want to come in, said BZ. But the front door of the house opened. 2 small boys ran out. Eve! It's Eve! She's home! They shouted happily. Eve opened her arms and they ran into them. BZ, these boys are my brothers. This is Daniel, he's 9. And this is Peter, he's 6. Hello, said BZ. This is nice. But he wasn't happy. He was very embarrassed. In Eden City, people didn't have brothers and sisters. They were born in the New Life Center, and then they moved to the Little People's Park. Later, they worked or they studied.
hello, said BZ.
Hello, says BZ. This is nice. But he wasn't happy. He was very embarrassed. In Eden City, people didn't have brother and sister. They were born in New Life Center and they moved to the Little People Park. Later, they worked up their studies.
Giỏi. Embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
He was very embarrassed. Okay. Nhớ nhàng xấu hổ nha. Nãy giờ mình lặp đi lặp lại từ đó nha. Embarrassed. Embarrassed.
The younger boy took BZ's hand. Would you like to see Miranda? Her babies were born last week. They're lovely. Eve laughed when she saw BZ's face. Miranda's our dog, BZ. Don't worry. And then, said the other boy, I'll show you my new camera. Eve gave it to me for my birthday. It's wonderful. Later, boys, later, said Eve. Perhaps BZ would like to wash his hands. Where are Mum and Dad? They went to the supermarket, said Daniel. They'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes, said Peter. Eve smiled. Good. Can you take BZ inside and show him the bathroom?
The bathroom.
Later, boys, later, says Evie. Perhaps BZ would like to wash his hands. Where are Mum and Dad? They went to the supermarket, said Dad. They will be back in 10 or 15 minutes, said Peter. Eve smiled. Good. Can you take BZ inside and show him the bathroom?
The bathroom, yeah.
BZ followed the boys into the house. It was dark inside. There was a smell of fruit. It's a funny house, he thought. Everything's old. The pictures on the walls are strange too. He looked at a photograph of a pretty girl in a long white dress. Is that Eve? Here's the bathroom, said Daniel.
Daniel.
Jesus followed the boy into the house. It was dark inside. There was a smell of ruin. It's a funny house, the town. Everything is old. The picture on the wall was strange. So he looked at the photograph of the pretty girl in a long white dress. Is that Eve? Here's the bathroom, said Danny.
Giỏi, ok. Có một từ con hay bị lặp lại, lỗi sai nha. Không phải là fruit mà là fruit. Fruit. Không phải là fruit. A smell of fruit.
We'll wait for you in the garden, said Peter. BZ closed the bathroom door and turned on the water. He looked at his face. Do I look different? Am I changing? He washed his hands and face. This is a family, and it's not bad. Eve's little brothers aren't ugly. They're very nice. Suddenly, he felt afraid. I'm not thinking the right things. Why am I here? Why aren't I in my classroom in Eden City? This is wrong. Wrong. He opened the bathroom door and went out. He could hear people in another room. A door opened. BZ, Eve called. Come into the living room. He walked into a big, sunny room. Dad, I'd like you to meet BZ. He's a student at my school. BZ, this is my father. When BZ saw her father's face, he suddenly felt ill. The man was old. His hair was white and his face was ugly. BZ couldn't move. He couldn't take the old man's hand.
Dad,
I would like to meet BZ. He is a student at my school. BZ, this is my father. When BZ saw her father's face, his student felt ill. The man was old. His hair was white and his face was ugly. BZ could move. He could take the old man's hand.
okay. Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Với là có mấy từ
Suddenly.
suddenly đó, đúng rồi. Với là có mấy từ mà could not là couldn't nha, đọc là couldn't nhưng mà là could không thôi nha. Couldn't. Đó, couldn't. Đó.
It's all right, said Eve's father. I understand. I'm 60 years old, and in your world, you don't see old men. 60, thought BZ. How is this possible? In Eden City, there are no people older than 25. In BZ's world of young and beautiful people, life ended at 25. On their 25th birthday, people went happily to the long dream. That was the procedure. That was
procedure, nhớ nha, cái từ bữa mình học procedure. Procedure. Giỏi.
60. How business? How is this possible? In Eden City, there are no people older than 25. In business, was of young and beautiful people live and at 25. On their 21st birthday, people went happily to the laundry. That was the produce.
Đọc lại cái từ đó. Procedure. Đúng rồi, procedure. Đúng rồi, cái từ đó tiếng Việt là cái gì? Procedure. Tiếng Việt là gì con? Bữa thầy kêu con là cái gì?
Còn thưa thầy là procedure là thủ tục ạ.
Đúng rồi, giỏi. Ok.
The procedure. The living room door opened. "Hello," said a woman. "We have a visitor, I see." "BZ, this is my mother." BZ looked quickly at the woman. Then he looked away again. She was old too, but it was worse in her. She had Eve's beautiful face, but it was old and tired. One day, Eve too. BZ turned and ran out of the house, out of the garden. He had to get away, away from these bad things. "Wait, BZ! Wait for me!" It was Eve. He stopped and waited for her. "Please, please try the real world. I'll show you more." "I don't want to see more. Please take me back to Eden City. I hate this. I'm sorry."
Sorry. Cái đọc xong mình nghỉ nha. Rồi sau mình giải quyết cho xong luôn.
BZ turned and ran out of the house, out of the garden. He had to get away from the bad things. Was business. Wait for me. It was Eve. He stopped and waited for her. Please try the reward. I will show you more. I don't want to see more. Please take me back to Eden City. I hate this. I'm sorry.
Đó, ok, bữa nay đến đây thôi. Thầy nghĩ bữa sau chắc cỡ 10 phút nữa là mình xong rồi. Trong này còn cỡ 5 phút nữa. Mình đọc cỡ 5-6-7 phút nhanh lắm. Xong rồi mình qua bài mới. Ok, bữa nay tốt. Mấy cái từ mà bữa giờ mình đọc rồi thấy con tiến bộ hẳn luôn á. Ít sai, thầy sửa được một số lỗi sai con rồi. Nhưng mà để thử xem sao. Okay. Có một cái từ nãy mà thầy quên sửa, từ live, nhớ nha. Khi nào chữ F là live, còn khi nào chữ V là live, nhớ nha. Live với là live. Chữ F là live, chữ V là live. Ok, bye bye con. Okay, good.
Goodbye, teacher.
See you next week. Bye bye con.
Good night. Goodbye.
Good night. Good. Bye bye con.